Hey guys, so at this point in the process of trying to decide what pond you're doing, you've probably been to the nursery and you've seen like the pond I'm sitting in front of here, like Dragonfly, which is an 11 by 16 pond and has all kinds of good stuff about it. And you've already discussed those things. This video is mainly for you for deciding on if you want any of these little extra, I guess you would call it bells and whistles. Every pond we do is going to have the 5 major components, but there's a little bit of extra things that can help you along the way, depending on whether you want it, whether the budget permits it, all kinds of stuff. So let me step inside and show you some of these things. All right, the first thing I like to start with, and remember this guys, we don't have every single one of these products I have on every single pond. A lot of the ponds we have in the nursery, the way that they're set up, if you pick and choose that pond, you can always customize it, don't get me wrong, but if you've picked that pond, a lot of times it's gonna come with what's in that pond. Some ponds don't have lights. Some ponds don't have a dosing system. The first thing I want to show you was the dosing system. This guy right here is, in my opinion, lifesaver. I pretty much put it on almost all of my ponds, and I think anybody should have this. This guy is a plastic unit about this tall that you bury about this deep into the ground, so just the control panel sticks up. This guy puts bacteria into the pond automatically, just does it automatically for you, and all you have is a little replaceable pouch. This is a different one called Clean, that the hose goes right into here, and then you just put it in, and when it runs out, you put the new one in. So you're not actually having to do anything on a daily or weekly basis to remember it. In the past, before the dosing system came out about 3 to 5 years ago, you would have to do beneficial bacteria, which is right here. And you do it every day for the first 3 weeks. This just takes the guesswork out for customers having that. So a lot of our ponds are gonna have that included. If not, just ask. What's kind of almost the most important second kind of pickable thing is going to be the ion gem. So the ion gem comes with this control panel that gets mounted somewhere wherever your transformer or your where your pump plugs in. You mount it somewhere around there, and then we run low voltage wire all the way down into your skimmer or your vault of your pondless waterfalls. So either one will work really well. And this is all this guy is. So literally, if it's not included and you want to do it, this is actually one of the easiest things to do yourself. You just have to put it in a high moving traffic area with water. So in the skimmer or the vault, or you can install it inline. There's also with this comes where you can do a 2-inch inline. So it seems like the more professional way. Here at Earthworks, we actually like to just drop it in the skimmer. And that way for a homeowner, you yourself can go out and physically pull it out and check it. Because the only thing with this one right here is it can sometimes get white calcium that builds up on it. You just scrape it off. But this is a great preventer of algicide, or algae. Great preventer of algae. So the copper's releasing slowly into the water, killing algae and controlling it a little bit. So a great little add-on. Talk to your designer to see if it's something you would want. All right, the next product that you guys may or may not have discussed with your designer is, and because there's a lot that goes on with these things, are the pumps. So sometimes we do a fixed speed pump and sometimes we do an adjustable flow pump. So the pro pumps have the ability to go from a certain speed to another speed, just like a variable speed like in a pool. So you've got these smart control systems that allow you to do that for certain pumps. So if you're considering having something that you can either jack up or jack down, do so. They do cost a little bit more money, but are well worth it for you if you're thinking of, having the ability to go out and have a cup of coffee and it be very slow and tranquil, and then have a party and have it roaring and raging. All right, guys, so the last thing I wanted to mention for just kind of the, like I said, bells and whistles is going to be the lighting system. So some of our ponds and pondless waterfalls out there, most I think come with lighting. So when we present to you, when you're like, oh, I love this pond, we present it as is. So please just know that number one, you can do lighting to any pond. It is probably one of the things that a homeowner probably could do themselves, except we'll do a better job disguising the wire behind the rock, so it's much better to install when we do the pond. But the one thing I wanted to mention is there's a difference between natural color light, and you can actually do multicolor, so you can actually control it all from a remote control, or I think actually now from your phone. So definitely ask about that color versus. The color I think typically is probably 3 times the amount of the natural light. Just know that Aquascape and us, we're always coming out with new things. So depending on when I've shot this video, just always ask the designer, is there anything else like that I should know that's really cool, that's out on the market, that I would want, that's gonna make my life easier, so on and so forth. Because remember, these are things that are not necessary for a pond. They are just designed to make your life easier in a sense.